And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to Koi Plays Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. As a set of quick announcements, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way when uploads are made, you can see what the stars are trying to say to you. Also, if interested, individual reads are up and open. Either message or email me directly. Link is on main, and we'll set it up, okay? So Taurus, what are we looking at this round of reads? This is going to be your one-to-one read for the month of September. One-to-one is the style of reading that I do with person A over here, person B over here, and looking at everything going on in between. So 2 major caveats with this style of reading. First, while it does tend to earn the moniker of love readings, mainly because it examines the more direct and very involved dynamics between two parties, it's not always lovely. And I say this because I talk about everything at my table, not just the good and fuzzy feelings, but if something more serious or different comes up, hey, I'm going to talk about that too. That is my job as your tarot card reader. The second, it ain't always got to be about love, promise. It could be a friend, family member, coworker, somebody you just met, right? Just why is this the most prevalent relationship right now between person A and person B? So as a preamble to your read, Taurus, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, if it gets difficult, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, I'm not here to misguide you or mislead you. Trust me, I got 12 signs to work with. I don't have any time to lie to any of them. It would take way too much work. Instead, we lay our cards out on the table. In good or bad, come rain or sunshine, we talk about it, because at the end of the day, tarot is a conversation, just an energetic one, yeah? So follow along with me in your read today, Taurus, this one-to-one read, and yeah, let's see what the cards say. You're going to be over here, your person's going to be over here. So those cards we need to see, please, for Taurus in their one-to-one read. What are the cards we need to see, please, between Taurus and their person in this one-to-one read? Okay. You over here? 10 of Cups. Okay. Realizing that things are harmonizing exactly how you hope they would or should. On their end, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, okay. Well, it did take... Okay. So here's the dynamic at play. And I'm not necessarily automatically reading this as an intimate partner dynamic. Taurus, please do understand. I'm reading this as your biggest cheerleader, right? It took a long time. And I think this person, whoever this person is, they're almost like your coach in your corner, still there, still providing the support. But finally, I think they're getting you to see about yourself what they've been saying the whole time, right? The Wheel of Fortune almost always represents the laws of entropy, right? The only constant in the universe is change, no matter how far it would take to come. And therefore, it will go in your favor, right? I think this person has been just constantly telling you, remind you, hey, don't give up. Hey, where's my friend at? Hey, be kind to yourself. Hey, keep going. Don't give up, right? This almost like this emotional reinforcement for you. And now, 10 of Cups, things are actually moving in a very interesting direction, and that what you thought could have been, or maybe it was just a strange series of coincidence and circumstance, actually aligned exactly how it should have, right? I'm looking at a Taurus who I think they're finally starting to listen to whoever was their biggest support system. And now it's like, okay, well, what next, right? You're adopting that enthusiasm full throttle. So that's good. Yeah, I like that for you, Taurus. That's such a strong opening, okay? Let's see fronts and backs between both parties. Fronts and backs at this point in the read represents backs being what is left in the unsaid, and not directly portrayed, and the fronts was being the most directly stated or energetically exchanged between the two. Taurus cards we need to see, please. Fronts and backs between Taurus and the person in this read. Fronts and backs between Taurus and their person in this read. Okay, that represents your silence. Yeah, Five of Pentacles. I want to hold off, but I pretty much think I know where this is going. And what's being most directly said to the other? Page of Cups. Okay. Yeah, this is very similar to your ATC, your As Things Change read, at least from what I remember, Taurus. For this month was a little bit while back I recorded it, but still the same principle. Check that out if it still applies. What about this person over here? The Hierophant. Yeah, you. Directly telling you, reminding you, don't forget who you are, your dreams, and what you want. Behind them, the Nine of Swords. Okay, are they getting me? Are they hearing it too? Right. So I think it was worry coming from two different angles, right? Talking about you over here is actually quite simple. Talking about them over here in response to you, that's where some of, the tension is starting to come in. Amongst yourself, Taurus, because I'm only looking at your side even right now, you pulled the Five of Pentacles in your back or your beneath space, and the Page of Cups in the front facing. Yeah, I believe in you. Okay, I'll go do it. It is fun doing this. Okay, I'll try it again. Right. There is just something here about, which is very unlike you, but you do have your reasons of doubting whether or not something could be successful. Right. There's this undercurrent notion that I don't know what I'm doing right now. I feel like I'm just floating, and I'm trying to be grateful for the little things, but even beyond that, I think gratitude was a surface buffer zone for you, Taurus. Whereas the thing that you were leaving in the unsaid was, I don't really know if this dream is right for me anymore. And I think this is why the big flip or the big turnaround, remember, it was a very strong opening on your side with the Ten of Cups. It represented this idea that, okay, oh wow, when I really do believe in myself, my work, my craft, what I do, no, it's going way better than I originally thought. So much more better. Is this right? Yeah, are we sure about this? Right. There's this element of self-doubt, just to be totally honest. But more than that, I think it took a very long time for you to even hear that within yourself. Interestingly enough, we go over here to this person who, like I said, it's like they've been waiting for you the whole time. Come on, Taurus. Come on, get up. You said you was gonna do this, right? Time's wasting, time's ticking. Come on, right? And it's not, a forceful kind of thing. It's rather they wanted you to see the strength and beauty in you that they did, right? Now that Nine of Swords coming out in their bags, what's being left in the unsaid unknown. Are they just gonna let this pass them by, right? There is a deep, undercurrent worry on their end, which is why they've kind of been almost like obnoxiously reminding you of things of like, hey, just checking in. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. Where are you? Right? They're constant, needling at you. I don't want to say like jabbing or poking because that's like aggressive and off-putting, but they're constant, just these tap tap reminder, opportunities at the door. There you go. That's the name. Right? Just keep on tapping. Just keep on reminding because they want to see you succeed. And oddly enough, after doing it for a very long time, maybe it started to work. Okay. Last, let's get positions between Taurus and their person. Show us cards we need to see, please, for Taurus in this read. Individual positions that define each person's dynamic. Okay. For you, the Four of Cups. Okay. I mean, bad habits are hard to break too, but this level of apathy and disdain, you're also realizing you're unearthing a lot of that as well. I just want to caution you, Taurus, because again, you're calling coincidence what is rather the convening of everything coming together, right? It's almost as if part of you is intentionally refusing to believe it as a self defense mechanism. And A, it's not really working, but more beyond not working, it's like, why are we doing this to ourselves, right? This person obviously has been waiting on me and been rooting for me the whole time. Why can't I get myself to believe it, right? On their end, the sign, happiest they've ever been because they see it in you. They want you to see it in yourself. This is a very simple, you know, dynamic over here, and this is why I didn't necessarily see a lover's dynamic, Taurus. I'm looking at somebody who has and intends to always have your back, and they're trying to get you out of your rut, whatever that may be, in order to push you to excel in something they know you would be awesome in. That is very abundantly clear, and they believe you can do it. It's taking you a very long time to break out of the mold so that you can live fully in it. I think right now you're starting to see glimpses of it, right, with that Ten of Cups, of being like, wait, all this stuff is happening to me right now. And I mean, yeah, it's a little bit more than luck, but I mean, could it be something else, right? We're still in skeptic mode. However, tap, tap, opportunity's knocking, and they're going to keep on reminding you of that. Underneath it all, Seven of Swords, all is not as appears on the surface. Here, I don't sense there's malice or alternative motive on their end. I think that it's taking a while for you to believe what's right in front of you, which is a lot of good happening. Just being completely honest here. Okay, now that we have two parties both looking at each other one to one, let's look at what's happening down the middle. What is shared? Show us cards that you need to see, please. The bridging gap between Taurus and their person in this one to one read. What's going on down the middle between these parties? Okay. And down the middle, we see, okay, Four of Wands. What is that defined by? Ace of Wands. Ace of Cups. The World. There we go. Okay. So I want to hold off on that. And the Four of Cups. Yeah, we're going to kick that by. And underneath it all, the Eight of Wands. Yeah, direct communication. Here's what's going on. Between you two, could this potentially be a partner? Yes, but like I said before, Taurus, this is not the primary purpose of this read. Love is not the primary purpose here. It is support, right? And that's why I'm not immediately assuming, even with that Four of Wands coming out as your shared energy, that this is an intimate partner. I'm just not getting that vibe. Okay. What I am seeing is that with the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Fire, think of like a torch, and the Ace of Cups, think of a cup in overflow. Both of those things saying emotionally, this is right. I need you to see this in yourself. And so that World coming out saying a cycle now begins, and as one journey ends, another one shall begin as well. That is all facing the Four of Cups at the bottom. What you're originally saying right here, this energy you're holding on to, a malice and discontent, or this overall apathy and wave of just numbness that you're kind of going through right now, that can be changed. I think you're starting to believe it, and that's what's scary, because now it reminds you how happiness has become unfamiliar, or the belief that you can change things, right? All this is circulating right now. And then we have that Four of Wands. And I don't necessarily see that as a relationship. Believe it or not, I take it as an issue of, you're quite literally the walls that you create with these boundaries, right? Your home space, right? I see that as, are you intending to move? Are you intending to level up? Are you intending to move to your next goal here, right? That is what I'm seeing it as. Not necessarily that being held in the confidence of a relationship or that being the forefront of it. Could be from, your intimate partner as well. But the primary point here is, when you change, everything around you does as well. And that's what, we're trying to spruce it up and believe in a lot of it again. So that Eight of Wands, this person keeps on knocking. Tap, tap. It's right outside the door. I need you to go see it. Okay? Last. As we move towards resolution, first find the major arcana straight across the table for Taurus in their read. We will first look at the Wheel of Fortune. Why the wheel? If it took such a long time, why is this person so adamant in not giving up on you, Taurus? Because trust me, they haven't, and it doesn't look like they will anytime soon. I'll go so far as to say that they won't. So it's the cards that we need to see, please. Between Taurus and the person in this read. Six of Wands, yeah, because they believe that you can. A card of victory and recognition. They need you to see you. To the Hierophant, King of Wands, you're better than this. Even more so than being better, not as a shaming mechanism, but a tool for growth. I want you to see in you what I already have known. Okay? So to the Sun, Nine of Cups. I want to see you win. I need you to believe in the vision that you once had. Do not give up. Okay? None on your end. So let's look at the World. Emperor, the card of Aries. Now this person may be in Aries, but not necessarily the point. When we realize that we are indeed powerful, that the choices that we make could revolutionize our lives, that everything can change over the course of days, weeks, months, years, or maybe even minutes, maybe even afternoons, maybe even now, right? That our choices will lay out the foundation of many other things to come. We realize that things only change when I do. Tap, tap. Opportunity is waiting. Eight of Wands, direct communication in your space of resolution, trying to remind you, keep that dream alive and don't you dare give up. Five of Swords, the feeling of self-sabotage, that I don't know if I'm doing this right. Then do it scared. Do it imperfect. Just keep doing it. You'll get to where you need to be. Queen of Pentacles, maximizing the opportunity in your materiality and what is here, right now. Here's what I see in your read today, Taurus. I'm looking at someone, you, who is having a hard time believing that what's glittering right now is indeed gold. You have a very supportive party, could be your intimate partner, could just be a best friend, family member, etc., who 100% has your back. They fear that if they aren't being that push, that drive, that motivation for you, at least to get you moving, or push you into a state of action, would you be prone to giving up on something that's such a lucrative opportunity, right? And so they see what you're battling and what you're going through, the self-doubt, the worry, and that is natural too. I'm not going to say that it isn't, but they also see so much more that they want to remind you of. Therefore, what is shared to what is communicated, it still represents the notion that everything can change when you're ready. They're just trying to make sure you're as ready as possible. That's all I see in your read today, Taurus. Hope this conversation helped. And yeah, if they're rooting for you this hard, then I want you to root even harder for yourself. See you around, okay? Take care.